on.
She said,
Oh, shut up. There we go. So good morning. Happy Shivaratri. Today is the celebration of the divine you, as you as divine. My dear friend Anu from India, she just said, let this night not be the night of wakefulness. Let this night be the night of awakening you. It said that Shiva, who is that all-knowing, all-auspicious, that place where that we are always in connection with our true nature and who we are. It is known that every day that Shiva is holding that space of meditation for us. So that connection to source of great love is always being held for us. And the one night a week, one night a year that he rests tonight. And therefore we're to stay awake and stay awake all night, chanting the names of Shiva and chanting the names of that divine energy within us. And so I wanted to read to you from beautiful from Swami Satchidananda, my teacher, says on his pilgrimage to Kailash, the Mount Kailash, he says, every morning, bearing the flowers of love, I say these words. So go ahead and close your eyes if you'd like to, or keep them open. And if worship is a challenging word for you, maybe I bow, but I'll say it in his words. I worship thee, the formless within all forms, the soundless hum from which all matter comes. I worship thee, who made the universe out of himself. I worship thee, who pervades it as the wind. I worship thee, who gave the sun its brilliance. I worship thee, who commands the fire and rain. I worship thee, the destroyer of all evil, whom even the power of death cannot defeat. I worship thee, who speaks to the hearts of all his devotees, yet need not utter any words to speak. I worship thee, whose peace is everlasting. I worship thee, the victorious Lord of all. I worship thee, who grants my every breath. And I worship thee, O my Lord of Kailash. I worship thee, the essence of all the scriptures. To those praise the wise men sing. I worship thee, who is beyond all pain and pleasure. And I worship thee, who pervades every thought. I worship thee, who is one without the beginning. I worship thee, whose being never will end. I worship thee, who is both substance and also shadow. I worship thee, who reveals his all through grace. And I worship thee, to whom the saints pay homage. I worship thee, the ceaseless font of joy. And I worship thee, who is part of the beloved. So stay for a moment with your eyes closed, or if you haven't yet, go ahead and close your eyes. When you go to these sacred temples, these sacred sites, often you circle a statue or a particular sacred site. It's called parikrama, which translates to circumambulate. And this is known as a way to see all sides of this, to circle and look at all the different images and to see all the different edges of what it is that you're in worship of. So my thought today, being Shivaratri, is we circle ourselves, this temple of ourselves, and we see all of the energies that we are. And we bow to that. We bow to that place within us that is Shiva. Bring your hands together at your heart center. And begin with the sound of Om, deep breath in. Release your hands back down. If you need to change your seat by putting one leg, the other leg in front, you're welcome to do that. Bring your thumb and first finger down to your left, touch. Begin breath of fire. Inhale, exhale through the nose, pump the navel center. If you need a tissue in your room, let me know. I'll bring you a tissue. Good. If those of you back home would like to put on some Shiva music, want to turn on some Shiva chanting, how fun. Pump that navel center. Good. Exhale fully. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Good. Go ahead and come onto your hands and knees. And begin hip circles here. Maybe closing your eyes and imagining being at the sacred sites, sacred temples, sacred statues, and that you're circling around to make sure you see every single detail. Okay. And then take it in the other direction, circle the other way. Let this night not just be the night of wakefulness, let this night be a night of awakening. Good, and then press back into child's pose. Breathe deeply into this whole body, this whole incarnation. When we adore something, when we worship it and love it, we want to turn it all the way around. We want to see it from all angles. We gaze at a beautiful flower, we admire it. We rotate the blossom to admire all the petals. The natural movement of the human eye around a work of art. When we look deeply into this sacred pilgrimage that we take each and every day, that destination, that sacred place. Circle, we look, we take in. Come on up, downward facing dog. Reach out through your fingers, reach out through your toes. Connect to the depth of your breath and see your breath as a circle, and inhale, touching the exhale, finding the inhale and the exhale. Good, step your right foot forward. Walk to your left until you come to the center of your mat. Turn. You're gonna go that way. Yep, because you're on the other side. There you go. Drop into your feet. Maybe even walk your hands forward, taking it into a nice long open dog pose. Connect with your baby toe and your big toe. Widen and lengthen through the sides of your throat. Then soften through the heart center. Find this beautiful temple, sacred geometry. Good. Walk yourself to your left leg, all the way to your left leg, and then step your left foot back to meet your right. So you're going toward the back of your mat, downward facing dog. You're facing the back of your mat, downward facing dog. You could bend your knees here if you'd like. Maybe do a little cat and cow with your knees slightly bent. Allow your eyes to become lighter and brighter. Beautiful. And then step your right foot forward. Walk to your left until you come to the center of your mat. Turn and bow. Breathe deeply here. Maybe walking your hands forward if you'd like, or stay right where you are. Drop into your feet, but then draw up into your hips. It's a beautiful combination of extending and contracting. Good. Walk your hands up to your left leg, and then step your left foot back to meet your right, downward facing dog. Take a very slow and mindful walk with your feet to your hands, standing forward bend. No rush. And then sweep your arms out and up to the sky, reach up, circle your body. And then exhale, bow forward again, bow forward. And continue like this, inhaling, reach up, exhaling, reach down. Excuse me. Beautiful. The next time you reach up to the sky, reach up, hold onto your left wrist. I've done this with many of you before. You're going to reach to the right, but then circle in front of you and reach all the way over to the left side. Once you get to that left side, you're going to change the wrist. You're going to take a hold of your right wrist, pull to the left, and then circle in front of you and come all the way over to the right. So if this gets confusing to you, just make it yours, where you're just circling in front of you and stretching your side body. That's it. Beautiful. Really nice. And then finish whatever side. We'll finish doing both as evenly. And come back to center. Bring your hands to your heart center. Close your eyes and begin breath of fire. We call that a circle of breath. Inhale, exhale through the nose, pumping the navel center. At Kapalabhati, we just do the exhale, the exhale, the exhale. But here it's just a circle of breath. Beautiful. Exhale. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bow forward. Good. Send your left leg back behind you. Inhale your arms to the sky, high lunge. Watch that front knee, make sure it points right at that second toe. And then inhale here. Exhale, bring your arms all the way down and underneath your right thigh, like you're sweeping your arms up. So right arm on the outside of your right leg, left arm, the leg just like this. Go like airplane, but all the way down. Put your belly down onto your thighs and then reach your arms underneath your thigh. Yes, yes. All right. Keep doing that. Now inhale, reach up to the sky. Let me see if you guys got this. All the way up. Good. Exhale, come down, sweep your arms underneath your thigh. All the way. Yes. Okay, we got it. Do this a couple more times. Keep the navel drawn in. Gorgeous. The next time you reach your hands down to the floor, leave your hands on the floor. Step your back foot in just a little bit and straighten both legs. Parsvottanasana. Blocks underneath your hands are nice here. And breathe. Enjoy your breath. Good. Step your left foot up to meet your right. Bend your knees deeply, reach your arms forward and up chair. Sit way back into this chair, way back. Get the sit bones to go super wide. Good. Touch down hands to the floor. Step the right leg back behind you. Keep the heel lifted. Inhale the arms to the sky. Nice high lunge again. There you go. Nice. Inhale here. Exhale, sweep the arms down and underneath the thigh. Inhale the arms back up. Continue like that. Go slow. Nice. Good. The next time the hands float to the floor, leave them there. Step your back foot in just a little bit. Go straight on both legs. Beautiful. Now, every day, the sacred prayer. Sweet. Take one more breath here. Step your back foot up to meet your left, right foot up to meet the left. Bend the knees again, sweep the arms all the way up into chair. Good. Lower the hands down to the floor. Separate your feet a little wider and come into squat. Beautiful. And take some deep breaths here. Widening that, releasing, expanding, seeing yourself in all detail, all directions. Every day sitting in squat, right? A little squat challenge. Hey, you know when you haven't sat in squat for a while, right? Like, oh, welcome back. Good. Downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank. And lower all the way down to your belly and come up into that intoxicated cobra. So when you lift up your head, neck, and chest, you kind of sway side to side. The hips move, the shoulders move. Nice. All of you, beautiful. Nice Pam, nice March, nice Meredith. And all the way back, nice Angela. Child's pose. Beautiful. Walk your upper body to the right side of the mat, lengthen to the left side body. And walk to the left side. Breathe into the sacred temple. You know, I'm always in awe of all of the specific points on the body. We have acupuncture, acupressure, meridian work. It just blows my mind open how we are made so sacred. All the healing necessary within us. Come on back to downward facing dog. And step that right foot forward again, walk to the left. Right foot forward, walk to the left again, turning, turning, turning. And then place your hands on your hips, push down through your legs, rise up to stand. Turn your right toes to the front of your mat. Bend your right knee, Virabhadrasana 2, second warrior. And then take your left arm down your left leg, take your right arm up and back, swing back, beautiful. And then swing your right arm forward, take your left arm over your ear and just go back and forth, nice and slow. Yes, gorgeous. Yep. Next time you slide your left arm back, stay there, straighten your right leg. Nice. And take it into triangle pose. Beautiful. Feel all the points, fingertip to fingertip and toe to toe. The crown of your head down to the base of your spine. Travel. Let your mind wander. And then bend this right knee and come forward into half moon. Flex that left foot so that left leg is very powerful for you. Good, now bend both knees. Good, lean into your right hand. Try not to grip. And then press the legs. Push, 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 push. Step back, downward facing dog. Beautiful, everyone. Move forward to plank. Take it through your vinyasa of choice. Right. You take it into that really nice intoxicated cobra. You get to look at all angles. Move like a seed. And the sunlight hits you in different places, Angela. So pretty. Nice, Sarah. Then step that left foot forward, walk to the right, you can come to the center of your mat. Turn and turn and bow. Breathe deeply into this body. Beautiful body. The one night Shiva rests. Holds that space for us to know ourselves in deep meditation. Hands on your hips, push down through your legs, rise up to stand. Gorgeous, arms out to letter T, turn your left foot forward, bend your left knee, and then swim your right arm down your right leg, take your left arm back, and then change it, left arm forward, right arm over your ear. Yes. Feel all that space that you're touching. Next time you slide the right arm back, leave it there. Straighten the front leg. And reach for triangle pose. Really beautiful, everybody. I get super excited this time of the year, right? When the springtime starts to have all the little amazing wild ones come out of your yard, start to peek their little heads up out of the soil. I get so excited to look at every little angle. Go ahead, bend that left knee and come forward into Ardha Chandrasana. And just the extraordinary gift that nature gives us, just opening. Even when it's cold and the soil is still cold, it just starts popping up. Like, this is exquisite. Bend both knees, please. Bend both knees. Lean into your left hand without gripping. And then straighten the legs. Push through the navel, push through the spine, push through the fingers, push through the legs without gripping. Step back, downward facing dog. And vinyasa of choice or none at all. Yeah. Find yourself here. Your creative self, your imaginative self, your wondering self, your awful, not awful, awe, AWE space, FUL self. Or maybe find your awful self. I don't know. Okay, jump to squat. Settle into yourself. Jen, does squatting feel good for you? Yeah, great. Nice and beautiful. Just drop into that meditative mind here, mind of Shiva. Good, bow forward, straighten the legs, turn the feet parallel to each other. Clasp your hands behind your back. Take your arms up and over any amount, taking the shoulder blades deep onto your back. Make sure your knees are not locking back, so bend your knees slightly forward, keeping the shins forward. And then push from the tops of the thighs to straighten the legs. Good, now bend your knees and sweep your arms up to chair. But then round and come forward again and clasp your hands behind your back. Do that just a couple of times and take your arms up and over any amount. Nice, Lucy. Good, next time you clasp your hands behind your back, stay there. Keep your hands clasped behind your back, but look forward. Step your left leg back behind you into that nice high lunge, keeping the arms behind you. Reach your torso up so you're looking straight ahead. Gorgeous. And your hands just sliding down your back leg, all the way up. Yep. Keep that front knee bent. Make sure the rib cage is not popping forward. Inhale the arms up to the sky. Bring your hands down to a prayer and prayer twist to the right, left elbow ups. Keep breathing. Nice, Sarah. Beautiful. Touch down hands to the floor. Step to the front of the mat. Standing forward bend. Now try to clasp your hands where the other thumb weaves in first behind your back. And then take the arms up and over any amount. Inhale, look up. Step your right leg back behind you. Keep the navel drawn in as you slowly inhale up. Nice, Meredith. Pull the hands down the back leg, lift the chest, take the throat back. Really nice. Sweep the arms up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart center. And prayer twist to the other side. Got it. Good. Touchdown. Downward facing dog. Good. Let's jump to squat again. Not just because Jen can do it, but let's jump to squat again. Jen's had a little bit of healing going on in her back, so she's being a little cautious. Good, lay down on your back, please. Bend your knees, plant your feet. And breathe deeply here. The spiritual traditions of India, when we reach a pilgrimage site, a destination where we encounter an image, a temple, or a sacred geography, the divine also loves to see us whirling around it. We encircle it by walking around its periphery completely, right? When we encounter the outer world in this way, the world is transformed into an inner world. And when we have found that particular place in which the sacred has become manifest, when it has burst forth into the outer world in some physical way, it can reach our senses in a way that can move us deeply, the very depth of our spiritual hearts. We commune with the divine, we honor the holiness, we unite with the sacred, and we reunite with the sacred within ourselves. So make sure your feet are in close enough so you feel your feet connect to the floor. And then before we come up into bridge, I just want you to lift the space behind the heart. Lift the place behind the heart. That's it. Keep the shoulders pushing down, keep the head pressing down. Maybe even take the arms out to a letter T. Just get a feeling of really just being connected through the shoulders, through the head, through the rib cage. So press your rib cage down, but have that little point, like you're building a little place right behind the heart. You're letting that build up, lift up, lift up, lift up. And then press your sit bones wide. Now let your elbows draw in so they come alongside your rib cage. Keep that rib cage pressed down so you're now in robot arms. And then from the back of the heart, lift up into bridge. Take the hips up, butt up. Maybe clasp your hands underneath you, maybe stay where you are. Lifting, right? A promise of yoga, there's always something more. Lift and then soften, lift and soften, lift and soften. And then lower that all the way back down. Bring your feet a little bit wider, let your knees come to touch. Could turn over onto your belly and reach back for your ankles. If bridge is better for you, stay right there. Jen, I think that felt better. Go ahead and stay right there. Reach back for your ankles. I'm going to give you the option of either just lifting up into your bow pose or rolling back over onto your back, holding your ankles. So you roll back, you roll from side to side or roll forward and back. So play around with kind of finding all spaces in this bow pose. Maybe you lift up and you just hang out in bow and you rock forward and back. Maybe you roll over onto your back, nice, and try to find that bridge pose and then roll back onto your belly. Remember when we had the classes that had so many people in class, we could never do this. Now you can roll through the whole room if you want to. Good job. And then the next time you find yourself on your belly, relax and turn your cheek to the side. This practice of asana is so purifying. It opens those spaces in us which need to move energy, circulation, purification of blood. Feel all of that in any way. I'm a little early when it comes to spring, but it feels a little spring-like around here. Preparing the body. Today is a really good day. Traditionally, Shivaratri is a beautiful day to eat very, very light, meditate a lot. Pranayama practices, asana. You can check that one already. Did it. Good. Come into Sphinx pose, up onto your elbows. Turn your right forearm in front of your mat. Reach your left hand back for your left ankle, thigh stretch. Pressing your knee down to the floor. Lift your chest, pull your navel in. Gorgeous. As you gently release, you keep pulling that leg almost in as you're releasing it. So it's a real sweet release. Great. Nice. And change sides. Push that knee down. Lift through the chest, soften through the rib. Spread those toes. So beautiful. And then release back into child's pose. So we have to do some nataraj poses. So find yourself coming up to stand. Maybe we come through downward facing dog and then step to the front of the mat. Maybe just stand up. The beautiful vinyasa of standing up. Nice. All right, reach your left hand back for your left ankle when you're ready. Take your right arm to the sky. Again, that feeling of drawing the rib cage in, pressing from the back of the heart forward. So you're standing up, king dancer pose, Natarajasana. Good. And then as you're ready, lean forward. Keep piercing the back of your heart. If you'd like to get a little bit spicier, reach your right hand back for your left ankle as well. Again, push your foot away from, pierce the back of the heart. And gently release. We'll try the second side when you're ready. Take a moment, make sure that knee is pointing down to the floor so you have that lengthening. Maybe even feel like you're drawing into that right hip socket first, and then start to shoot that leg back behind you. Take the space behind the heart to press forward, but keep your ribs drawing back. Soften through your eyes, really soft eyes. And if you'd like to, nice melody, if you'd like to reach back both hands for that ankle, or stay right where you are. Good, come on up. So you all know that variation that we do often, where you bring your left knee up into your chest, but then turn your left shin slightly in front of your body. Yeah, Lisa's doing it. Yeah. Yeah. So don't hold the foot, just turn slightly in front, don't hold the foot, and then bend your right knee, bend your right knee. So you're in like this dance, you're looking almost like the statue of Shiva. And then taking your right hand up to the sky, turning your palm face up, Jnana Mudra. Your left hand underneath your navel, Jnana Mudra as well. Yeah. You all have it. Make sure you're really bending into that standing leg. So you're feeling that sense of being a snapshot of that pulsation of life force energy. At the statue of Nataraj, just a moment in this dance. And we capture it by being in the detail of it, the beauty of it. Go ahead and release and try the other side. Bending that standing leg so you have that sense of dropping down into the earth. You know, in Nataraj, Shiva is standing on apasmara, that idea of illusion or misunderstanding. Gorgeous. One more breath. And come on up and sit back into that squat. If you would like to do a crow pose, you're welcome to do that here, dropping your hands to the floor, sliding your knees to the upper armpits, rounding the body, and rolling up on, lifting those feet up. Or stay right where you are. Stay right where you are. It's a great place to be. Good, lower back down. And everyone come down to sit, please. Bring the soles of your feet together. You might want to sit up on a blanket. I would, yeah. And then wiggle your butt back and then come forward any amount. Nice, Margie. Breathe into your pelvis. Let your breath open space. Draw the navel in and come on up. Squeeze the knees toward each other. Lean back, lift your feet off the floor, boat pose, boat pose. Good, then plant your hands behind you, fingertips pointing towards your butt. Lower your feet down, but just onto your tippy toes. And then bring your chest forward. Pierce the back of your heart. Soften the ribs. And then again, lift your feet up off the floor. Lift your arms up off the floor. Lower your hands behind you and just come up to your tippy toes. Press the back of the heart forward. Lift, lift, lift. On the tippy toes, lift, lift, lift. Good. Now plant the feet, plant the hands, and lift your butt up. Reverse table. Hands are on the floor behind you. Yeah. And then lower back down. Grab your big toes, lift your feet off the floor and stretch your legs nice and wide, big, wide-legged. There we go. Catch them nice. Nice, Susan. Pull through the back of the heart. Lift, 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 lift. And then lower those legs down, wide leg, Upavista Konasana, and bow forward. Generate so much love here. always said this, it's really quite sweet when you're in the temples in India, that they're very loud. You know, there's nothing wrong with it being quiet here. You know, when we come into churches around here and we come into, we have to be very quiet. There's something beautiful about that, I know. But there's also something beautiful about just being you and being loud and being life as you're in that sacred place. Feeling and looking and seeing all the different details. Take your right arm to your right leg, take your left arm over your ear, side stretch. Try to get that arm up, yes. Where the chest opens, and keep rooting through that right hip. Don't come off the floor. And then take it to the other side. Keep that right hip anchored. And come on up. Good, slide those legs back together. Bend your right knee, let it fall out to the side. Twist over your left leg, twist from the back of your heart if you can. And then bow over that extended leg. Walk yourself up, place your right hand by your right hip. Press down into your hand, lift your hips up to the sky, and lift your left arm up and over your ear, reach. Yes. And then as you come back down, and one more time, come over that left leg, bow over it. With the help from your friend. Happy dog. Good, slowly come on up, and we'll switch sides. Janu Shirshasana, second side. Twisting from the back of the heart over that right leg, lift through the chest and then bow deeply over that right leg. Lose yourself. Walking yourself back up, taking your left hand by your left hip. Press down into the floor, lift your chest up, reach back, reach back. Beautiful. Plant that right foot if you like. And then slide yourself back over, twisting back over that right leg. Sweet. And come on back up. I'm going to give you the opportunity to do an inversion. So shoulder stand, headstand, laying on your back with your legs up. You can put your legs up the wall. Any inversion of choice. From deep within the heart, your consciousness is fully realized. Supreme joy of being alive and awake in a garden filled with divine blessings, where one can sit in the shade of his holy feet and drink from the eternal spring of divine love. Take your pilgrimage wherever your pilgrimage is. Your pilgrimage is each and every moment of each and every day. Breathe deeply wherever you find yourself, just for another minute or two. If you've come down to rest, rest well. If you're still in an inversion, stay for another minute. And then if you're still in your inversion, slowly make your way down. We'll come up to find a comfortable seat when you're ready. We'll start with alternate nostril breathing. If for some reason you're extra stuffed up today, you can always do it with your mind. Otherwise, use your right hand, using your thumb to close off your right nostril and your ring finger to close off your left as you go back and forth between inhaling through the left, exhaling through the right. Inhaling through the right, exhaling from the left. With your eyes closed, gazing into the space between the eyebrows. Maybe your left hand in Jnana Mudra, thumb and first finger touching. Try to stay with it for just one more minute. deep gaze to the space between the eyebrows. Next time you exhale through your left nostril, release your hand down, maybe also bringing the right hand into Jnana Mudra. And take just a moment here in silent meditation. And then lie down on your back, hugging your right knee into your chest. And draw your hips to the right side and let your right knee drop to the left. Final twist. And come back to center, switch to the other side. After we take Shavasana, we'll do a Shiva chant if you can stay with us till after Shavasana. Once you feel complete rest in Shavasana, make sure you're warm. Take good care of yourself. Let your body begin to stretch and yawn in any way that serves you well. Plug your knees into your chest. Roll to the right side. Come on up to sit. I got the boys with me today. You're so quiet.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Try. Om Namah Shivaya.
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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om. Om. Namah Shivaya. Om. Om. Namah Shivaya.
Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Om
Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Om.
Om Namah Shivaya.
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 Om Namah Shivaya. Om. Om. Namah
Shivaya.
Om. Om. Namah
Shivaya.
Shivaya.
Namah Shivaya. Namah Om
Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Om.
Om Namah Shivaya.
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 Om Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya. May we, if not just a breath, just a moment, an hour, a day, may we live in that auspicious nature of ourselves. May we be that temple that we circulate around and see all the details and take in all the beauty and meditate on all the joy that we are. Bring your hands together at your heart center. Bow your head down to your heart for this temple of love. Thank you all so much. Namaste, everybody. See you guys soon. I love you.
Love you too, and thank you, Josh and Jordan.
That
Bye.
was awesome. Can I just invite everyone to join me on Sunday for Kirtan, to sing your heart out, 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock on Sunday. So amazing. I love it. I love it. Thanks, Angela.
Well,
Love
thank you so
hearing them
much.
sing.
Have a beautiful day, everybody.
Thank
you.
you. Have a great day, everyone.
That low note was amazing. I love that low note.
I take credit for everything that's really amazing.
Of course you do. Cheryl, I just have a quick question for
Sure.
Sunday. I'm awaiting your login info, unless someone else is going to be coming and logging in with your info to pin and check people in. I'm not sure what I might need to do about checking people in if they haven't registered and they just show up in the room.
So I'm not sure that I'm going to be there, but when you log into class, you don't log in as me.
No, I haven't been. I don't have your login yet. Margie was going to send it. Jen was going to send it. I don't have it yet, but I'm hoping to have it for Sunday at least. I think.
So what happens when you have? I was going to actually ask Margie this too. What happens when you have your own class? Do you just check to send Jen a copy of who's there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Margie's been helping me with that, like taking the picture. If she's not there, I take it. But
Great. So I guess the same thing can happen where that I will, later on today, make sure that you have that information, how to log in as me.
okay.
But I would do the same thing. You could still just take the picture.
Okay.
That way you don't have to worry about taking everybody's names down or whatever. If somebody does show up, one of the other teachers do show up, absolutely ask if they'll, help you out with that, or maybe, but I would just say, yeah, do the same thing. Just take the picture and then send it to Jen and we'll make sure everybody gets in. But I'll make sure you get that login information.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, it's the anniversary of my dad passing. So I think I asked Neil if we could go to the beach. Like I want to go do some things too. So I don't know that I'm going to be around. Otherwise, I would absolutely want to be there.
Oh, good.
But
Okay.
I might even reach out to Eileen to send you the info because she's quicker at sending it than anybody else I know.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks for taking a couple minutes. And that was such a beautiful class. I loved everything you did with the circle around the temple, like so creative. I get so many great ideas from you. I love passing it forward. Thank you for a beautiful class.